Morning, another beautiful day in God's kingdom. It's funny how you can make a bad situation worse simply by the choices that we make, even in the heat of the moment or when we face certain situations. Like the story that we have before us today, and we're in the book of Genesis, we're in chapter 28. Let's read what it says from verse 6. Esau knew that his father Isaac had blessed Jacob and had sent him to Paddan Aram to find a wife, and that he had warned Jacob, "You must not marry a Canaanite woman." It was now very clear to Esau that his father did not like the local Canaanite women. So Esau visited his uncle Ishmael's family and married one of Ishmael's daughters in addition to the wives he already had. His new wife's name was Mahalath. She was the sister of Nebaioth or Nebajoth and the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son. Okay, so what is it that we have here? Now, Esau and Jacob had this big fight. According to Esau, Jacob had stolen his birthright. The jury is out on that, whether it was stolen or it was bought. And the other thing was that Jacob had cheated him out of his blessing, out of the blessing, by deceiving their father. And so Esau was very angry, very irate, and angry with Jacob. And so the parents decide to separate the two brothers wisely and decide to kill two birds with one stone by sending Jacob far away to go get a wife from the family of Abraham. And so what does Esau do? He already has two wives who are a trouble to his mom, as scripture shows us. And yet he goes ahead and takes a third wife in the mix of all things. Now, his father hadn't even given him that example. I mean, Isaac had the one wife, which was Rebecca. So where did he get this idea from? So he goes, he's taking two wives. Now he goes and takes a third wife and makes a bad situation even worse. And you think, okay, what could he have done in that situation? Yes, he was angry. Yes, he wanted to please, maybe he wanted to please his parents. So he says, okay, you don't like the Canaanite women. I'll go get a wife from my uncle's side. At least that is also Abraham's son, Ishmael. But the point is, at what point did he come to his father and say, okay, father, what do you want me to do? And sometimes that is really all we need to do. We sometimes we make the decisions that make a bad situation worse out of ignorance, out of the fact, or out of human logic, out of our own reasoning. But the best thing to do actually might be to simply go and ask the question, why didn't he go to his parents and say, okay, look, you know what, I'm sorry, I've messed up. What is it that I can do to mitigate this situation? What is it that I can do, to solve the problem? What is it like I can do in this situation? What is it that I need to do? And sometimes all it takes is you asking the questions from the right people. And whether it's from God, of course, always it is from God, but also it could be from the people that are around it. Like he could have had that discussion maybe with his parents and reconciled and tried to find a way out, and then he wouldn't have found himself making a bad situation worse, like he did. Now he had three wives, and only God knows how that household was. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. May the Lord help us to make the right decisions. God bless.